And then I got to tack Alex. He's the most important person, right? Because the tack's going to solve all the problems. So, alrighty, so we're going to let you guys go through the skit here, and you guys will see how, you know, things are solved in the normal process, how the customer walks by all nice and happy. So. All right, Pat.
Okay. Chris, I stopped by to pick up the order for your expanding network.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you came, but I must let you know that I'm completely stuck and finished with the Cisco equipment. I have a lot of software crashes over the last few months. So.
I think we're reading from different scripts. Anyway, this is the first I've heard about the problem. I guess this means I'm not going to get your order today. Have you contacted the TAC?
Yes, I've actually opened 4 cases with your attack organization, and I'm not getting any resolution. What's it going to take to get these issues solved? TAC doesn't seem to be able to isolate the problem. If you don't get this resolved soon, I will definitely be forced to move on the Juniper deal. You give me absolutely no choice.
Juniper. Chris, let me check into this and I'll get back to you tomorrow. Is that okay?
Sure.
Scene 2. Jerry. I talked to Chris today at Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper Company. And he said they're having problems getting an issue resolved. If I can't get this resolved, I might miss my numbers this quarter. I'm not sure what to do.
My new SEs just went to Snap Sales Organization Live. First they told me about how fantastic the coordinations were, then about all the great things they learned about Cisco. They told me about this cool Cisco escalation tree. How do you heard about it? Have you heard about it?
No, what is it?
It's a website that has a list of common customers' problems and how to escalate them into Cisco. The problems are broken down into categories: hardware, software, services delivery, product delivery, and security. I will bet we can find some help for your problem. Let's both log into WebEx and I will share my screen so we can look on this together.
That's great, thanks Jerry.
See, when I'm pulling up, this is a Cisco escalation tree. See the issues category? Over here, it's software. I will click here and let's look. Yes, I see this matches your problem description. Software quality or bugs taking too long to resolve.
Great, Jerry. It indicates I should talk to the TAC engineer to emphasize the criticality of the problem. I can let the engineer know about these 4 cases and how it's affecting my customer and my sales. I'll call the TAC engineer now.
Cisco TAC, this is Bob. How can I connect the unconnected for you today?
Okay. Alex, this is Pat, account manager for Rubber Baby Buggy Bumper Company. I understand that you're working an issue for them. They currently have 4 cases open and are getting frustrated with the lack of progress.
Whoa, let me review the 4 ridiculously long cases for you, and I'll eventually get back to you.
Great, Alex, thanks.
Hey Pat, this is Bob. You're smart, friendly, versatile, super awesome, and although you can't see me, ridiculously good looking. TAC engineer. Let me tell you what I found here on these ridiculously long 4 cases for you. After looking at them and digging in, there's errors that I think I'm getting an answer on.
Really? That would be great.
Oh, do you want the answer?
Yes, please.
Okay. So it looks like Rubber Baby Baggy Bumper Company needs to go under a brand refresh. And they're running into a memory leak that's causing them to crash, like a 2-year-old on a sugar high. The problem is triggered when the switching table grows too large. I agree our gear shouldn't ever crash, but it did. And they also need to be aware of their load on the box.
Gee, I know they've been expanding their network lately. Is it possible they grew too big for this box?
yes, they definitely need to move their load.
Thanks, that's been a big help, appreciate it. Hey Jerry, thanks for the tip on the Cisco escalation tree. I've escalated with TAC, and now I have a good answer to take back to the customer. You're brilliant. That Cisco escalation tree may have saved my quarter.
Let it help you out. Good setting.
Chris, hi Chris. I think we may have figured out your software crash issue. I understand you've been expanding the number of users on your network. How many have you added?
Well, we have almost doubled the number of users over the last 6 months.
Doubled in 6 months. Were you aware of the capacity on that box? Seems the large switching table may have triggered a crash.
No, I didn't realize we were approaching that limit. This explains why the problem was getting more frequent over the last month. We've added quite a few new groups. Operating the software is fixable, but how come no one told me about this?
Sorry, I didn't know you were adding so many users. Sounds like we need to build an interlock process to keep in step with large changes being made in the network. I'd like to propose that we bring in our advanced services team to talk about some of our proactive service offerings, like Network Health Framework, that would help to prevent issues like this from occurring. For example, if they had done a bug scrub, they could have perhaps found this before you ran into it.
Oh, that sounds definitely like a good idea. Thanks for all your help. By the way, did I tell you about this other project we're having? I think Cisco might be able to solve some of the business growth we are facing here as well.
Fantastic. Let's get together and discuss your requirements. I'm sure we can help.
Hallelujah.